Come talk to me. I love the way you're on to me. Looking at you, looking like you're wondering if we're here for the same reason. And now that you wanna lay in the sun, getting love drunk, sticking like honey. Yeah, I bet you're here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something. If you're looking for a good time, honey, I'm right here. If you're looking for the good life, good vibes, honey, I'm right here. And I'm here for you.
All right, all right. Good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The joy is real. It is 9:12 p.m. here in Las Vegas. So that means what? It is midnight over there on the East Coast. It's 12:12 a.m. over there. So good morning, East Coast. Oh, y'all, I'm fiddling. All right, give me a second, y'all. I got stuff going on. Really wasn't gonna come live, but I heard it is some buzz out there. So we're gonna get some stuff out. But anyways, it's 12:12 a.m. over there on the East Coast. So good morning, Atlanta, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. That also means it's 11:12 p.m. in my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. Good evening, family. We are here to address a few things. We're going to give some time for folks to get on up in here because I know this was an impromptu live, honey. An impromptu live. Let me make sure I got everything set up properly. Give me a second. All right. Where am I? All right. Okay. Oh, that is good. Wait a minute now. Uh-uh. Wait a minute. What is going on? Wait a minute, y'all. I think we are having some technical difficulties. My computer has been acting up. Let's see here. Okay. All that is good right there. All right. All right. That is good there. We're good there. Can everybody hear me just fine? Give me a 1 in the chat if everyone can hear. All right. Y'all give me a second because I'm fiddling around trying to get everything set up because I was not really going to do this. Honey, I was in the bed sleeping good. And then I heard Joy need to go to jail. For what? For what? Why Joy gotta be going to jail? I tell you, today has been full of assumptions, distractions, and blatant old fibbing. And it's crazy. We got people making phone calls to court officials with assumptions and silliness and it baby and calling it something different and accusing folks of things that wasn't so and all of that. Baby, I tell you, the internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated. The viewers are the biggest issue for real. The viewers, because I heard that I just listened that multiple phone calls were made to the courts this morning with assumptions that were not true. Just because you thought somebody may have been doing something doesn't mean you insert yourself in a formal proceeding because you believe something is going on in your mind because you feel it shouldn't be going down. Baby, we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop putting our own feelings in things and running a freaking muck. Folks have been blamed for things improperly. Assumptions have been spewed all over and just straight out lying going on. And this is crazy and insane. Crazy and insane. But we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. It's been a lot of talk, a lot of talk, a lot of talk. My name has come up. Y'all know Miss Joy is not a person that is malicious in any type of way. Anything that was done or assumed to be done coming from anywhere over here was done very much so in line with the law. Indeed, and indeed, there is no reason for Joy to be going to nobody's jail for nothing. For nothing. We are going to revisit a live I did maybe about 16, 17 hours ago, where you guys can see for yourself how everything came about. But all these assumptions are absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we're going to address it. If anybody have any questions, concerns, or whatever, feel free. You know, we're gonna make this a one-time shot because I can't believe that the things that I've been hearing. It's just I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So let's see who we have in the building. I hope y'all are hitting that like button. All right. Terry is here. Thank you so much for being here and all the love, Mr. Terry, for sure. It's always a pleasure to see you.
If I gotta do it, I'ma do the most. Since they paid to see a show, got the South overflow, yeah.
All right. Who else do we have? God's Child D is here. She says, hello, Joy and Terry. I'm here trying to figure it out. Baby, it ain't nothing to figure out. It ain't nothing to figure out. A lady went to court on her own journey. She went to a public building, into a public proceeding with no malice, no ill intent, doing nothing wrong, no recording devices at all, just a member of the public. And it has been spun 99 different ways. It has been spun 99 different ways. And it's crazy. It's crazy. 99 different ways. All right. Terry, if you don't mind, baby, if you could reduce your emojis down to like less than 4. I heard that those emojis, when you do more than like 3 or 4 in a comment, it actually is negative with the algorithm. Now, I'm not sure how true that is. I just have been told that. So, just in case if that is true, I just asked, if you could reduce the emojis, down to like 3 or 4 per comment in case, that does do something to the algorithm. Hello, Miss Joy, Terry Dow, God's Child D. Thank you for being here. Tell me something good. Make sure you are liking and sharing. I'll love you for life if you were to share. Um, I am going to pull up my live. So y'all know this morning, a fellow content creator that I am familiar with. We don't know each other like we never met like face to face. We know of each other just on the internet, running in the same sector. She's not part of the LaTruth Saga sector, but we do run in the same sector um, at night. This lady watches my lives from time to time and knows that I am covering the LaTruth Saga. So, because she knows that and lives in the area and heard me speak about a court proceeding coming up, because she's a content creator who is also growing her channel, she said, "Hey, Miss Joy, I could run by the court and take some notes and see what's going on." And I said, "You know what? That would be great. That would be great." And so that is all that was done today. But because our other fellow content creator, Miss Latte's World, did her unicorn magic this morning, folks assumed that this woman was planted and actually doing some illegal things in the courtroom, which were not true. The viewers took it upon themselves to make phone calls to Gwinnett Superior Court and interrupt a court proceeding based off their own assumptions because they felt as if our fellow content creator should not have the information she was having. However, the information she had was all in public eye view. You guys don't see anything with nobody recording inside no courtroom. Latte did not report on anything as if anything was inside a courtroom. If a person is at the courthouse at the same time another person may be walking in the court, you can assume that they may see when a person is checking in or not checked in. You don't have to be recording in a courtroom for that. But the viewers took it upon themselves to turn this into something that it was not. Miss LA Project was at the court at a public court proceeding. She was not doing anything wrong, nothing, but being a public person checking in on a public case, period. And the viewers interceded and made it be crazy. We, as a people, got to stop assuming and doing things brashly or too fast, or what, is what I should say. Quit assuming. I just listened a little bit to Amora's live, and I heard her say, Latte should not have known when Robert had checked in. Why not? Why not should she have known that? Why not? If there are people at the courthouse that can see when he's checked in a public area, why is that information she should not have? Why? Why shouldn't she know that? Why shouldn't she know that? It's not a big old deal. It's not. This was a public hearing, you guys. Nobody was doing anything wrong. The viewers got in the way and made it seem as if somebody was doing something wrong because the viewers assumed somebody was doing something wrong. That's crazy. The phone calls is what caused the disruption, not the people in the courtroom. The people in the courtroom could be in the courtroom. It's a public place. It's a public place. What should not have gone down was the multiple phone calls stating that somebody was doing something they were not doing because whoever felt they thought they were. It was okay for Miss LaTruth to be there. It was okay for Miss Tabby to be there. It was okay for whomever else was there. If I was in Georgia, I would have been there. It was a public hearing. As long as you are handling yourself with decorum and inside the law, you can be there. The problem was the viewers, the ones who made the phone calls. Y'all were the issue, not the people in the courtroom. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. All right. Y'all speaking of one another, she recorded. Yes, she recorded outside the courtroom. You never see Miss LA inside the courtroom. The live cut off as she was entering the elevator. She was not doing anything inside that courtroom. Nothing. She's a grown woman of a particular age. We, folks, listen. It was told to everyone in the courtroom that the devices had to be turned off. Okay? The distraction was whoever picked up that phone and felt it was their business to call that judge and advise her somebody was recording inside of the courtroom, which was a lie. No one seen that. Y'all, whoever did it, y'all assumed it. Y'all assumed it. Y'all assumed it because Latte did her job this morning. Because Latte did her job this morning. She was able to keep a bunch of folks entertained and give them a play-by-play of the information she was privy to that was received in a legal manner. If I or you or the next person was at the courthouse when Mr. Hampton was coming through the courthouse, we would have seen him check in, and we would have said, "Oh, well, if Miss Numnut hadn't been there, we could see that she had not been there." But nobody seen nothing from inside no courtroom. But folks then called down there and made this judge probably upset, I heard. Now, I don't know. I wasn't there. Miss LA didn't say that the judge was upset, or anything like that. She didn't give that impression. But interrupted her courtroom because y'all then called her and told her a lie. It's somebody in the court recording. Where did y'all see that at? Y'all didn't see nobody recording inside no courtroom. Miss LA was outside the courtroom. She was recording as she was walking in, just telling folks that she was there. That's it. That's it. That's it. Now, what went wrong was I should have never dropped her link in that chat for you nosy folk who does things maliciously. Because all the each and every person that picked up that phone to call down to that courtroom, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. I heard there was even clips. Clips of what? You didn't take no clips of nobody doing anything illegal. All you did was cause a delay and shown how silly y'all ass is. That y'all made an assumption. Y'all don't see nobody recording not a doggone thing inside no courtroom. Shame on you. Shame on you folks that picked up that phone today. You had no business. If you wanted some information about this case or wanted to be involved, you should have took your butt down there just like Miss LA Project did, how Miss Tabby did, and whomever else that went down there. Because it was public and you could have done that. But y'all was so mad that somebody had a little bit of information that it caused a whole stir up of assumptions, distractions, and absolute lying. It's crazy. Love me for real. She says, hello, Joy in chat. Hey, baby cakes. All right. Godchild D is like, woo. All right, Joy. They messy. Very messy. That was insane. That was insane. Amora, your grown tail, called down to that courtroom, clipped up what? What did you show? What did you show? You ain't show nothing being done illegal. You didn't show nothing done illegal because she had the right to be there. She had the right to be there. She had a right to be there. And whomever else was there had the right to be there. But you grown people who picked up that phone, y'all were the cause of distraction and delays because y'all was making phone calls. Miss LA Project was in that courtroom, quiet and taking note of what was going on. And I don't mean taking note like recording anything, taking note in her mind, looking around, peeping the scene like any other public person that may be viewing a public hearing. She was not doing anything wrong. Amora, you called and said she was doing something wrong. You were the distraction, my darling. You and whomever else picked up that phone, y'all was the distraction. Nobody else. Nobody else. Quit trying to spin it as if the folks in that courtroom were the problem. Because they were not. They were not. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't have been allowed in there. Oh, man. Thanks, love. Okay. It should have just been noted, notepad and pen. That's it. That she didn't even have a notepad. She wasn't recording. She was not recording. She was not recording at all. I don't even think she had a notepad and pen to even take notes. She was just there to observe. There was no malice or anything. She was not recording at all. Latte showed us the screen she was reading some of the information from. A screen is not a recording. A screen is not, I don't know what you're speaking of about the information, but that's not a recording. We know how Lyonia is. She is very manipulative, and so are her supporters. Oh, baby, I didn't listen to the entire live that Miss Amora did, but I did listen to a couple of minutes, and I did hear her say that Latte shouldn't have had that information. And I'm saying, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? It's a public place. It's a public place. If you or either were there, we could have seen Mr. Hampton come in. We could have seen Miss Numnut come in. We could see what the attorney was wearing. We could see his attorney. You can see those things in public spaces. What y'all don't see is a recording inside of the courtroom. Amora had no business and nobody else calling down to that judge's chambers saying anybody was recording inside of the courtroom because that was an absolute lie. It was an absolute lie. They good for distractions and malicious intent to do. That was crazy. That was crazy. You didn't clipped what? People talking? And a lady walking through the front door? That's all you could have clipped. Because that's all we seen. Her walking inside of the courtroom saying that she is there. That's it. You don't see no recording inside of the courtroom because no recording was going on inside of the courtroom. It's crazy. Hopefully the judge sees how they do things to get people in trouble. That should show the judge how her people work. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, the error that was made was me dropping that link in LaTruth's chat where they, were able to, to go to Miss LA and say, well, they didn't accuse her. What they did was they pulled her to the back and said, are you recording? And she had to prove to them that she wasn't. Because phone calls were made to the court stating that someone was recording. So because of the link being dropped in LaTruth's chat, they pinpointed that she could possibly be the person, but she was not recording inside of the courtroom. Who does that? Who records inside of a courtroom when they have been instructed not to? Now, there are some times where you can go into court proceedings and actually do that. Like the case that I'm covering here, the Manuel Ruiz case. Cameras are allowed as long as you ask for permission. This particular case, there was no cameras allowed. But because a person was mad about the little bit of information another person had, she caused a ruckus. Just because LaTruth knew somebody checked in and when somebody wasn't checked in, that caused you to call that judge's chambers and lie? And lie? You took it upon yourself to make clips of what? You ain't did nothing but cause a delay. And then want to say, oh, the people in the courtroom, if they made Mr. Hampton look so bad. Why? Support looks bad? I never knew that support could look bad. Nobody is ganging up on anyone in a courtroom. No, I've never been in a courtroom where like craziness happens. Now, we all know that 2K beat somebody butt in the courtroom, but I never have seen that. Normally, folks are in line in courtrooms. Have mercy. Love me for real. Exactly. Hey, Miss Joy. Hey, Southern Girl and chat. Exactly, Miss Joy. That's what the judge should take into consideration. I'm pretty sure the judge know exactly what the heck is going on. What the heck is going on? Amora and whoever else, because she did say in her chat that she wasn't the only one that called, but she definitely said loud and proud, I called, excuse me, I called the courthouse And I told them somebody is recording in the courtroom because they shouldn't have all that information. What? What? What information? What information? What information? You don't see nobody. I'm going to keep saying, you don't see nobody recording in no courtroom. You made an assumption. You made an assumption. You made an assumption because Latte is the unicorn, baby. Because Latte is the unicorn, baby. She did her job this morning. She worked this morning. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. Exactly what she was supposed to do. The officers, the officers harassed people that didn't have nothing to do with anything. No, I don't think it was a harassment. Now, LA Project did leave because she felt like because she was oblivious, y'all. She don't know nothing about nothing. She did, you know what I'm saying? She's not aware of anything regarding this case at all. She's just a person that is building her channel, that was going to a public hearing to view it. Okay? I heard her name was put in the same sentence as a journalist. Have mercy. I swear, these viewers, they come up with anything. They come up with journalist. Nobody said that she was a journalist. She just was interested because she hears me talk about the saga. And she lives in the same county. She was not sent as some plant or anything like that to do anything malicious at all. At all. The other side reporting my live. Why would they be reporting my live? Am I doing anything wrong? Amora wanted to be the first one to have the tea. Yeah, she's just upset because I guess she wasn't. But if you wanted the first hand, you should have gone, just like anybody else could have. But she said that she was asked not to, I guess. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but that's what she said, so I'm gonna take it as that. She said she was told not to come. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It ain't no big old deal. You decided not to come, but you definitely were frustrated with the information that Latte had. Definitely. Why be so mad because Latte knew when Robert checked in and when Brianna didn't? That's not a big old deal. That's not a big old deal at all. It's not a big old deal. If you were there, Amora, in the lobby where they check in at the time when Mr. Hampton checked in, you could have reported, Mr. Hampton just checked in, just like Latte did. That information is not gathered inside the courtroom. You can see when somebody is walking into the courtroom. It's not rocket science. Have mercy. But like I said, she wanted to make herself part of this morning's shindig. And she said, "Oh, I'm finna call, and hey, they gonna know my name today. They gonna know my name today. Hey, this is Amora, and I'm telling you, I'm calling from my nest, And I'm telling you, it's somebody in that courtroom recording. What? What? Where you see that at? You're so right. Yes, indeedy. Hello, tell me something good. Y'all speaking. The other side knows a lot about what happened inside the courtroom. Yeah, I mean, we know too. We know too. Me, Tay, LA Project, we did a whole live after LA Project left the courtroom. We did an entire live and discussed what happened at the courthouse. The title of the title of her live is I almost got locked the F up because the phone calls that were made to the court that she was recording, they thought she was recording, which would have made her in contempt of court. Miss Amora, you caused a person to be accused of something that she was not doing. Now, if she was doing that, hey, no problem, of course. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what was going on. But because you assume that woman was pulled to the back and she got real uncomfortable because she like, why would I be recording inside of a courtroom? Yes, she did have her laptop because she works with her laptop. She was doing this in passing. She wasn't using her laptop to do no recording. Her laptop was inside of probably her bag. I heard her say, why would she have her laptop? I see many people in courtrooms with their laptops. Many. But she was not there for that purpose, y'all. She was not there to record anything inside of the courtroom. She was there to do exactly what she did, to go there and view a public hearing and report on the things that she saw from it, not record or do anything malicious. What was very malicious was them phone calls, lying, mad because you didn't have the information about when Robert checked in or when Numbnut didn't, and that excuse me, that Numbnut's attorney looked like some hoochie mama on the corner of Goodfella and Natural Bridge. Yeah, I bet he was disappointed. I'm pretty sure he was disappointed because all of this was going on. It caused a delay. It caused that they were watching Latte's live inside of the courtroom because of the phone calls that were made. Because of the phone calls that were made. It was no problem that Latte was live. It was no problem that those women were in the courtroom. What the problem was them folks that picked up that damn phone. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all, you grown ass people that inserted y'all selves and told that judge a bold-faced damn lie. She said that the sheriff asked her for a phone to see. Yeah, after the phone calls being made saying that somebody recording, LA Project said that the judge was checking everybody personally because you stupid people that picked up the phone and called was calling and lying. Straight lying. Straight lying. Straight lying. Y'all was the disruption. The people that were calling there straight lying. That don't make no kind of damn sense. That's who should be, you doggone right, that's who should be in trouble. I heard that my name, oh no, Joy and Latte should be locked up. Why? Why Joy and Latte should be locked up? I'm here in Vegas. Latte is in New York. Why should we be locked up? Because a person went to a public building to view a public hearing and did everything within the law. Wasn't no recording going on. Y'all called and said it was because of y'all assumptions. Y'all didn't even see that. If it was, now don't get me wrong. Maybe if y'all had seen that she was recording inside of the courtroom, that would give you a pass to maybe alert somebody. I'm going to give y'all that. Even still then, let me tell you, even still then, my husband would tell me, you stay out of folk business. You stay out of folk business. It's not up to you to be reporting nothing on nobody that ain't causing you no damn harm. Even say, for instance, she was recording. All you people who picked up that phone, it wasn't causing y'all no damn harm at all. But she wasn't. She wasn't recording. Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone do that? Why would anybody pick up a phone call and call a judge and lie? That's the most diabolical thing fucking ever. To call a judge's chambers and lie. And lie, straight lie. I'm tired of them, that part. Yes. The worst part of the game is that they thought they were protecting their master and they were really making her look even worse. I don't know what. I'm pretty sure that the judge was just irritated, period. That her phone kept ringing because nobody in the courtroom was causing no ruckus. LA said she was sitting down with her hands crossed. Her phone and everything was in her bag. Her phone and everything was in her bag. She said, Miss Joy, I was sitting there with my hands crossed. My hands crossed. Amora, why? You're a woman of a particular age. Why would you call that judge and tell her a bold-faced lie and make clips of legal activity? You made clips of legal activity. Legal activity. The judge probably said, this woman is absolutely insane. What she sent me was nothing. Was nothing. Was nothing. If what you sent her, Amora, was illegal, do you think that Miss LA Project would have walked out of that courtroom today? No. Your information was null and fucking void, lady. Null and void. Null and void. But we see what type of woman you are. You make phone calls and insert yourself in things that you should not. If you wanted the ups on the information, you should have got out your nest and took your ass to Atlanta. But don't be mad that another content creator got inside information that was obtained in legal manners. Are you kidding me? They think this hurt Robert, but it actually shows how this. Let me tell you something. This didn't hurt. No, this didn't hurt Robert or Brianna in the way that they making it seem like. Okay? Because LA Project said the judge actually gave both of them accolades on their journey of being influencers. She gave them accolades. Okay? This did not cause the decision to be swayed in a way or anything like that. I don't even think the judge is even making probably a decision, because I heard that Mr. Hampton and Numbnut actually came to an agreement. So if they came with an agreement and the judge is okay with their agreement, the judge just signs off. But this doesn't sway the decision of whatever is going on in court at all. It doesn't. What it caused a delay. We were told by Miss Tabby for like an hour and a half, right? It caused a delay in court. So folks were there a little bit longer than probably what they were going to, based on the phone calls that were made. The phone calls that were made were the disruption, y'all. For real, for real. She should. Oh Lord, how long you been back there, girl? Oh my God, how long you been back there? Tay. Tay, you on mute. I don't know how long she been back there. I ain't been paying no attention. Lord have mercy, y'all. Wait a minute. Tay. We can't hear you, baby.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now. How long you been back there? You know I'll be paying attention.
Listen, I've been sitting back here for about a good 20 minutes just listening. Yep, that's right.
I am so sorry, baby. I ain't even hear you. We got Tay in the house, y'all. We got y'all. Listen, Tay.
Today was a day.
Today been a day.
Today was definitely a day.
These scoundrels.
But you definitely listen. You broke it down. I'm just going to be honest, because the way you explained it, exactly the way that the situation happened. And if anybody should be in trouble, it should be the person that was definitely calling the courthouse, because that is what I guess held the court over. Not me saying that I had seen someone in the courtroom and I had boots on the ground or whatever, eyes in the court. It does not matter. Nothing that I did distracted the courtroom. Calling that courtroom and calling that courthouse is what distracted the situation. Because my thing is, they wouldn't have never known of my live if it wasn't for those phone calls that was made. And my live did not incriminate anyone. I'm just being honest. I
That's
didn't show any of the lawyers, even if I described anything that was going on. I did not put anyone on camera, and she didn't even put anyone on camera for me to be able to share that, because the young lady's live cut off before she even went into the elevator.
yes, yes. It cut off.
So
We
just
were
being honest.
we were just a spinning. We were like, oh, but and what did we say? Well, she must have walked into the courtroom because you can't have the phone on inside the courtroom. We said that during the dang gone live.
I said that on my live, but people were so focused on the fact, well, she was talking to somebody on the phone. Yeah, I was talking to somebody on the phone while I was on my live, and I
Uh-huh.
muted it so motherfuckers wouldn't be nosy. That was supposed to be the point, but it
Mhm.
wasn't the young lady that I was talking to on the phone at all. Me and her has never had any type of phone discussion. I was appreciative to even be able to catch her link due to the factors of her even being there. That was a privilege for me.
Indeed, indeed.
So to
It
be
was.
honest,
Go ahead.
it just seemed that I'm gonna just be honest. When I first started my live, I started my live with the same mind state as everyone else. So we was waiting for the documents, waiting for them to go to court, waiting to see what the outcome was. I was privy to the factors of, you understand, and actually lucky to bump into the factors of Miss LA Project. I appreciate her, just being honest. She came in a nick. I'm just fell in my lap, if that's what it is that you want to say. So a
That's
blessing
all.
gonna be a blessing. But I did
Mhm.
what it was that I was supposed to do as a content creator. I didn't sit there and divulge anything that was of any harm to anyone. It just seems that it was upsetting that I was the first one to be able to have any information.
Mhm. Indeed. 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 LA Project is here. If you want to come up, LA, you definitely can. Yeah, I heard her say it's open to the public.
Exactly. Just
It's
like when I
open
went
to
to the
the
puppy case, let's
public.
just talk about that. Anybody was privy. If that's the case, nobody else wouldn't have been able to be in the courtroom as well.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You folks
So
that picked
anybody could have been eyes in the courtroom.
anybody, anybody. Amora, you should have took your ass to Atlanta. You
All
should
of
have
them. I
took
told
your
her to put
ass.
air in her ankles. If she would have put air in her damn ankles, she probably would have been able to make it. She ain't gonna sit there and talk about she was told not to come. That just let it be known of previous conversation. I thought you said you don't talk to this girl.
Huh. Come on now. Come on now. Cause the whole ruckus.
Everything I
Cause the
said that was on that, I'm just sorry. Everything I said that was on that live was still in respect of Mr. Hampton. It wasn't anything to say towards him that would destroy him in a type of manner, because I still have a platform to run as well. And just like anybody else that would have been excited to have privilege to be within that space, I was excited to have privilege to be within that space as well. So me personally, the people on the other side, they could stay mad. Because if I had a chance to do the shit again, I'm telling you I would.
indeed. Indeed. In freaking deed. Like I said, if I was in Georgia, I would have been there. I would have been there. Come on now, y'all. We got to be smarter than that. We can't
They tried to
assume.
use me as a reason to cause a distraction.
Yes, it's just a distraction. It's just a distraction. She was the real distraction.
Because being honest, Joy, if Mr. Hampton never told us to come in here and speak on him, even if those things was put up on the internet for people to stop talking to him or talking about them or whatever, if he never told us to come in here and speak in the first place, how could he tell anybody to stop speaking? You can't tell somebody to stop doing their job.
So cannot.
I mean, that's just my opinion. People who don't like the fact is that TMZ report their business every day, but does that stop them? No.
Indeed. 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 I'm trying to get to the bottom. LA, do you want to come up here? If you still in the
Yeah,
chat,
go
baby.
ahead. Mhm.
I was just asking if she want to come up here. You got anything else to add? Because it's been an hour. My head is hurting. I don't want to keep talking about this.
Listen, I don't even got no voice. I don't even care. I'ma still get up and do my content in the morning, and they lucky I was tired because I was gonna go live and say fuck them and fuck them again. But I'm sorry, I ain't have the energy to do it tonight. So once I seen that you was live, I came on your live, and I guess everything that you said is nothing more to say because that's all and that's it.
That's all
Anybody
and that's
feel the way
it.
they felt the way. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's all and that is it, baby. That's all and that's
And
it.
once again, I'm sorry that the young lady even got put in that situation because she really didn't even know what was going on. She didn't
No,
even know what she was walking into, got herself into, or what the situation was. She seen that it was a public case. She heard the case being talked about. She checked in on the case, and I was just privileged to get insight on her checking on the case. I don't understand what's the big problem.
it ain't no problem other than these heifers mad that they wasn't there.
Well, they better get their coffee in the morning because I'm gonna be live again. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So y'all, if y'all ain't got no, if y'all ain't got no questions, Tay need to go to sleep and rest her voice for in the morning.
I do.
Joy gotta go to bed because she got a kid to wake up at 4 in the morning. Folks gonna quit assuming and be grown around here. Okay. Uh we are truth tellers. Truth tellers. Okay. Ain't no lies.
Period.
Ain't no lies. Folks need to quit making up lies for content. If you want some content, go on and get you some content. But don't make up lies to get content. That is absolutely insane. And what she did was absolutely crazy. Nobody should be picking up no phone, calling nobody with information that's half-ass at that. You ain't even telling
Absolutely.
right shit. You ain't even get a right shit. You up here wasting that damn judge time with clips of legal shit. Got these
At
YouTube
all.
streets out here acting up over something silly when all along you the problem. Get your ass off that nest, honey, and quit making phone calls and inserting yourself in things that you should not be inserting yourself in. That is crazy. If you
Absolutely.
wanted to be there, take your ass down there, just like anybody else. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Tell you going to bed.
Wait, Joy. Before you go, I got a question though. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Even outside of all of that, the post that was put up on the internet, the
Mm-hmm.
me being live and the eyes in the courtroom, how is that gonna save the situation of the custody? What does that have to do with her being in contempt for her tree humping daddy and her alcoholic unhinged boyfriend? I'm still confused because that's still going on.
I don't think it got in the way of nothing.
Oh, because I
She's
sure wasn't one of her contempts.
right, right. She's still gonna face them contempt charges. She's still gonna face them contempt charges, baby. We the paperwork will be I'm pretty sure uploaded. We'll see what we act because everybody LA left the court because she was like, shit, y'all didn't accuse me of recording in a courtroom and making me feel like I'm a criminal. So she left.
Who
Then we
does
heard
that? Who does
Miss,
that? Who
yeah,
does that?
right, and then Miss Tabby and them left, so didn't nobody get to see what the hell happened at the end of the day. So we all gotta wait on the freaking paperwork at this point. So we'll see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see
Tay
what
will be
happened.
up with the roosters to let y'all know. So
We
Tay
don't
gotta go
know.
because my voice is gone.
Yeah, go drink you some tea, baby. Go drink you some
I
freaking
love
tea.
all y'all. Have a blessed night, baby.
We love you too, baby. Keep doing you and keep working. All right, y'all. Why did they leave? Well, LA left because she felt uncomfortable. She felt uncomfortable. These people accused her of something she was not doing. She had to, they asked for all her information, her name, her ID, and I think all that stuff. They said, hey, if we find out that were doing something illegal, actually, she would be in contempt of court. You know what I'm saying? So she felt uncomfortable. And then I heard Miss Tabby and them say that they left, before the proceeding ended. But yeah, we don't know when the next court date is because there has not been any update loaded on the portal as of yet. But I'm pretty sure it'll probably be there tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the phone calls made to the courthouse, the judge may decide to seal the records. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that nothing was done maliciously over here. Everything was done within the law. Everybody were in their rightful places. Who was not in their rightful place was folks that was making them phone calls. Y'all were not in y'all rightful place. Whoever made a phone call, again, I'm going to say shame on you, because y'all ain't did nothing but lied. Y'all ain't did nothing but lied, and that's crazy and insane. All right. I'm gonna get on off of here. I'm gonna review the rest of Amora Live because I didn't hear everything she said. I want to be nosy. I want to hear everything she might have said about Joy. For sure, for sure. Y'all don't have no questions. They said the mood was changed once those calls were made very I'm pretty sure. If it was more, we don't know, how many phone calls was made. Evidently, it was enough to delay the court proceeding. Of course, that would change the freaking mood of the court, because now they're focused on somebody doing something wrong that has been advised to everybody, hey, you can't be recording up in here. It was the phone calls. The phone calls was the distraction, y'all. LA was no problem being there, and nobody else. Nobody else. We got to do better with these with our, I guess we just shouldn't assume, y'all. I'm gonna just leave it at that. My head is hurting. I can't even think no more, come up with the words. We gotta stop assuming. You should never assume. You should never assume. And then you should never be a damn snitch either. How about that? You should never be a snitch either. You learn that as a kid, especially if you are not being harmed. That was crazy today. Grown people making phone calls. That's silly and insane. But it's people on the internet. They make phone calls to CPS, DHS, people, jobs. As we see, y'all call judges too. Ain't nobody off the list. I'm telling you, you people who do those kinds of things, baby, karma coming after y'all. Karma call. Each and every last one of y'all who made a phone call today telling that judge a bold-faced ass lie, karma coming after y'all. Y'all inserted y'all self in something that had nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Let me get up out of here. Let me get up out of here. Honey, I don't care. I don't think it's gonna hurt her or nothing like that. What DS Island say? What DS Island say? Come on now, we learned that as a kid. Don't tell me Miss Joy live been reported. My live been reported? Why would my live be reported? Am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Yes, Karen, they should prove that they are the problem. Baby, judges ain't stupid. Judges are not stupid. They got big education. They have big comprehension skills and analyzation skills. You know what I'm saying? They really, really do. Our breakdowns are minuscule based on a judge's analysis. You know what baby, let me get on up out of here. My head is hurting, y'all. So that's it for the rest of the day or the rest of the night. I'll probably see y'all in the morning. As soon as them documents get uploaded, I'm gonna try to come live. But I don't see no questions in the chat. No trolls over here. I guess ain't no troll. Look, they ain't coming over here and saying nothing, because evidently what Joy's saying is hidden somewhere. Ain't no trolls coming over here disproving a damn thing, are they? I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. Everybody else been getting trolls. Joy ain't got no trolls. Joy ain't got no trolls because the truth over here. Y'all can't spin the truth. Can't spin the truth. All right. All right, y'all. So enjoy your night. Enjoy your day. Enjoy every moment that comes your way. Y'all know why. It's because joy is real. Mwah, 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 mwah. Until next time. See you soon.
Baby, I'm a hard mess. Your heart is like a fortress. But baby, I'm still curious about you. Baby, I'm a hard mess. You play me like you're playing chess. Yes, you are oblivious.